Hey guys, if you have an XRT or X-Maxx, then you are familiar with these stock Traxxas sintered steel Mod 1 spur gears, and you're also familiar with how easily they can be broken, especially with more than stock power. For many months now, I have been running this MMM Mod 1.5 Spur gear on my truck, which weighs over 30 pounds, has an MMX 8S ESC in it, and is quite the beast. Now, as you can see, this gear has held up extremely well. Mod 1.5 gives you a much larger tooth profile, which makes it much more forgiving to flexing in the system. And this gear has been fantastic. It also allows you to keep your cush drive. That cush drive was designed by Traxxas to help protect your drive line from shock loads, and it works very well for that. That being said, this gear is expensive and can sometimes be hard to find. In response to this, GPM has recently come out with their own Mod 1.5 35 tooth cush drive compatible spur gear, and it looks very nice. It appears to be very well machined. This is coming from GPM's new updated line. They've got some new engineers. They've really upped their game as far as quality and materials are concerned, and this seems to reflect that. It's actually a little bit thicker than the MMM gear, and it is a lot cheaper. Will this be able to hold up to the abuse of a 30-pound XRT or X-Maxx with a big power system? In this video, we're gonna find out. First things first, let me get this gear off of here, put it on, see how it fits. This MMM gear has always been really tight on these cush drives. I'm curious to see how well this one fits. Let me get it swapped out. Always make sure that you inspect your cush drive when you're doing any maintenance on your truck. The rubber inside these are a consumable part and they do need to be replaced from time to time. I just recently replaced mine, so I'm not going to dig into it, but definitely make sure you check yours. It took some persuasion, but I was able to get that MMM gear off of there. Let's see how this GPM gear fits on there. Okay, an easy sliding fit. That's already an advantage for this gear. Those MMM gears are really tight, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if you're trying to work on this out in the field, it can be problematic. Let's get this screwed in. While I'm getting this screwed together, I want to thank you for watching this video, and if you are enjoying it, why don't you go ahead and get subscribed and hit that bell to get notified of future videos. We've got a lot of really exciting stuff coming up in the future, and you're not going to want to miss it. All right, fits on the cush drive nicely. I'm really curious to see how it meshes with the Saga gear I have on there. The MMM gear that I have meshes really nicely and is actually pretty quiet for Mod 1.5. I'm curious to see how well this does in that respect and how durable it is, so join me outside, we'll find out together. Okay, before we take a look at this gear and I give you my final thoughts, I wanted to take a look at this other really awesome thing that I recently got from GPM. If this works out, I think this might end up being one of the most important and beneficial upgrades you'll be able to make to your X-Maxx or XRT. So what this is a complete replacement hinge pin set that actually is threaded on all of the ends. and this is going to replace all your outer and inner hinge pins, and it's going to both prevent your control arms from spreading out and prevent that really annoying thing where all the screws get spit out the ends of the control arms on the inside and the pins fall out. These have really thin flat heads on them, so unlike the other options, you're not gonna have to make a bunch of modifications. I did see a drill bit in here though, so it's gonna be really interesting to see what needs to be done to get these to work and if they're gonna be as strong as the stock Traxxas ones. Taking a closer look at this gear, I think it's held up really, really well. I've got several packs on this now, and so far I don't really see any major wear or issues. On the back side here, you can see I've got a bit of an alignment issue. Maybe I have a problem with my motor mount, I'm not sure, but even with it only biting on the very corner of these teeth here, this gear has held up very, very well. Personally, I think that this gear is probably not quite as high a quality as this MMM gear, but at less than half the cost and actually easily being available, I think it's an awesome option. If you want to go mod 1.5, I think you should keep your Cush Drive, and if you're going to keep your Cush Drive and you don't want to go through the expense and hassle of getting one of these MMM gears, give this GPM gear a try. Now, if you're interested in more about why you should go with mod 1.5 gears to begin with and information about this MMM gear, check out this video.